asking me, hey Rob, I'm interested in becoming a realtor. I'm interested in getting into real estate. I'm interested in real estate investing. So I just wanted to come through and just touch base on the different topics and all the things that real estate is, and the opportunities that it provides that are in the industry. So you already know what time it is. Let's get to it.
FYI Friday.
Tell me what you need. Real estate, condo, real estate, land, real estate, commercial, real estate, real estate, got it. Real estate, me, real estate, got it. You already know I got it. Pasker real estate, we rockin'. Young millennials, we poppin'. Tell them other folks to stop it. Tell me what you need. Real estate, condo, real estate, land, real estate, commercial, real estate, real estate, got it. Real estate, me, real estate. You already know I got it. Pasker real estate, we rockin'. Young millennials, we poppin'. Tell them other folks to stop it. Tell me what you need.
The man, the myth, the legend, Robbie P.
All right. So y'all know who it is and what it be. You know what time it is. It's Rob Pasker Real Estate. If you're in the building, let me know you're in the building. Let me know you're here. Give me some energy because I need it. I love that rest. It's like oxygen to me. So let me get it. Let me know you're in the building. If you're in the building right now, let me know you're here. And let's get to it. So like I said, real estate is it's changed my life. Before I was in real estate, I was doing a handful of things, and everything that I was doing before real estate tied in. What up, Lorene? Welcome. We got young Swayze. So we live right now. We're live on Facebook. We're live on IG. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitter, Periscope. So shout out to all of y'all. Excuse me. But yeah, let's get into it. Because like I was saying, before I was doing real estate, I was an entrepreneur. I had Go Matcha Go, my green tea company, where I was bringing in 20 kilos of green tea powder and breaking it down and selling it in 30 and 80 gram bags, booming it through 6-7 different sales channels, hustling, grinding, getting it in. So I was doing Go Matcha Go. I was doing Heartland Hip Hop, me live on the radio, online radio back in 2012, ahead of our time with Heartland Hip Hop, creating culture, creating tracks, creating clothes. We had our own swag. We still do to this day. And I was also working in fine dining as a server, top-notch steakhouse down in Columbus, Ohio, at the Cap, booming these $200, $300 bottles of wine for a living, getting them slanging. And I was also teaching, I got my degree, but I wanted to go into education, but I realized that all the red tape in education, I wouldn't be able to have the impact that I wanted to have. And so I focused on creating the culture, but I still love the kids, so I would still substitute teach. So, between doing all of that, it got to the point where I wanted to make my life more efficient, more effective, and create a supply chain so that when it came to my tea company, packaging plant to the end user, to the warehouse to the end user, with the click of a button. So I just want to make sure this is right. I'm gonna start it over. But yeah. What up, IG? What up, IG? Well, anyways, let me keep going with that one. So it got to the point where I was looking to, how can I build the supply chain? How can I raise some money so that I could focus on the marketing? Because I love the market. That's what I like to do. And it just got to the point where I found out real estate. I got hip to real estate back in like 06, going to the University of Toledo. They had specific programming for the African American students because the matriculation rate of black students that enter UT at that point was only 1 out of 3 black students that entered the University of Toledo actually graduated. So they had special programming every Wednesday. And this particular Wednesday I went to, they called them rap sessions. It was career day. So I naturally sat at the business table because I've always been an entrepreneur, was raised that way by my parents. I'm grateful. And they had two different real estate professionals there. So that's the first thing. Real estate is very broad. It's a lot of things you can do in real estate. But this particular day, they had a realtor, a black realtor by the name of Dion Davis, still doing it in the game. Shout out to Dion Davis. Dion was there, and he was like, man, I wish I would have got my real estate license 10 years ago. And mind you, that was in 06. And he was just telling me how amazing it was, and how the money was good and the freedom was good and the love that he got. And he made it sound like the best thing on earth. Excuse me. And then there was a real estate investor, and honestly his name escapes me. I wish I knew, but it was a young black man at that. He had owned income producing assets like tanning salons and car washes. He was an investor that had commercial property that was income producing. So he talked about the freedom. He talked about the liberation and the money too. And so I got hit back in 06, learned a lot about all types of stuff, finding off market properties, but I never applied that knowledge until 2013, I should say, when I was at the point with Go Macho Go and Heartland Hip Hop, where I was tired of doing everything and I needed to automate my supply chain so that I could scale my operation. So shout out to CC Tenderoni. What it do? If y'all in the building, let me know. What up? We got Premiere Highlights. What up? We got my brother Jaron in the building. Shout out to my brother. What up? And if y'all have any questions while I'm going through, let me know, because it gets better. The more y'all interact, the better it gets. I promise you. But whatever the case, in doing so, I started a company back in Columbus called Pasker Properties, and with this company, I was going to wholesale property. So a lot of people enter the real estate industry through wholesaling. If you get on YouTube, I found a book in the library where Toledo Library, great library system, by the way. Take advantage of your Lucas County libraries. And back in 06, after I had talked to Dion and the investor, and it was a book on how to purchase property with no money down and no credit. And the premise of this book was wholesaling real estate. So you'll see a lot of people talk about wholesaling real estate. It's a lot of people that make money wholesaling properties, right? And I said I'm going to go ahead and get some wholesaling in, because I only needed about 8 to 10 bands to do what I want to do with Go Macho Go. But in getting my team in order, I went and got the signs. I got the website together. In fact, my Pasker real estate page, if you go far back enough, it was Pasker Properties back in 2013. Real spill. Everything that I'm doing today ain't nothing new. I've been doing this for a long time, y'all. A long time, y'all. This ain't nothing new. It just comes to a head at a certain point. But whatever the case, my homeboy Jules, he was born to a real estate broker grandmother. His grandmother had gotten her real estate license back in 1963, a black woman. So she's been practicing real estate for over 60 years. She going on 60 years, y'all. She going on 60 years in the real estate game. That's crazy. Being licensed for 60 plus years. She's a broker. She's been a master appraiser. And, Mary Lane, she gave the game to her daughter, who gave the game to her grandson, and that was my boy. So as I go to him, and I'm like, yo, Jules, this is what I'm looking to do. I need a realtor on my team. And it was something, I put a deal on the table, something real corny, like I'll give you 1% of, whatever the deal is. I'm a realtor now. I'm not doing nothing for 1%. Well, hey, shout out to my guy T House. Multiple sources of income is the key to life, man. That's the key to liberation. That's the key to peace. Having multiple sources of income, because when one dry up, you got another one coming. And shout out to my RVP, my regional vice president of Region 8 of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. We got my guy, one of my heroes, Jerry Isham, in the building, y'all. Jerry Isham is he's a legend down in Jerry Isham and Tyler House or T House. Y'all need to connect. Y'all both down there in Cincinnati, both in the real estate industry, both have a heart for the people. T House, he's a lender down there, mortgage guy, and Jerry Isham's a real estate broker. So, hey, come on here, get connected. But let's move on. And he said, Rob, you know what? You're trying to do all of this with the wholesaling. You're scraping the bottom of the barrel. Because what does it mean to wholesale real estate? You know, if I'm wholesaling real estate, I'm looking for someone that needs to get rid of a property, and it could be for any reason. Could be distress, could be divorce, could be death, could be a lot of things. But typically, people that need to get rid of properties in that manner, they're going through some things. So you're looking for people who are going through some things. Maybe more than likely they're going through something, and you're working to get them to agree to sell their house for a very, very, very low price. And then what you do is, on the flip side, you find a buyer, you get them under contract, they'll buy this house, they got this $100,000 house, they'll sell it to you for $50,000. What you do is go find an investor to sell it to buy it from you for 60 or 65 or 70. And so what happens is they're not going to buy the house from you, they're going to purchase the contract, pay an assignment fee for them to buy the house at a discount. Because even if the house is $100,000 house and they can get it for 60, that's still a deal for some people, depending on how much work it needs, and investors will pay for that. So the wholesaler is going to keep the difference of that, and walk away without ever having to have an interest in the property, without having the liability in the property. Like I said, it works for some people, works for a lot of people, but I found that there was more value in me going forth and getting my real estate license, because with a real estate license, I'm able to work with anybody, anybody. Doesn't matter who, anybody that I potentially come across is a potential client of mine, or a referral source, or a brand ambassador. And so I took heed to what Jules told me as far as the opportunity in getting my license, and I spent a lot of time with him and his family in Columbus between, I'll say, fall of 2013 and when I moved back to Toledo in April of 2014. So they put me on game. I'm not gonna lie, I'm blessed, because this family changed my life. They really changed my life. Ohio Real Estate Agents Network, they're still doing business down there in Columbus, so holler at them if you're in Central Ohio. But whatever the case, I learned a lot. Now, I was able to learn from a master. I was able to learn from multi-generational real estate company. So that was bomb, and I had a very unique experience getting into the business. And if you ask me, I think that's one of the keys. You got to find a broker, and find an organization that's going to mentor you, that's going to pour into you, that's going to take the time to give you the game, right? But also give you the freedom to go do what you need to do, So I went through and I took my classes. So in order to get your real estate license, you have to go through the coursework, and it's not that rigorous. If I'm not mistaken, there are four classes, maybe four to six classes. Don't quote me right now, but you go through your classes. And I didn't have much homework, but I did have to take a quiz at the end of each class. And once I got all my classes out the way, I got my certificates from my school. And at that point, I already had my broker. My broker was in Columbus. So in Ohio, you have to take your classes. Once you get your certificates, you have to apply to the state. You have to put in a real estate application to the state. And so I did that, but before you can put your application in with the state, your application has to be sponsored by a real estate broker. Real estate broker has to sponsor that. So I'll tell you more about real estate broker here shortly. I'm a real estate broker. And basically, boom, sent it in. State said, hey, all right, you're done. You can take your test now. They approved my application. They said I could take my test, and that's what I did. So, I went through. I got some slick ways of preparing for the exam, and I went through and I knocked it out on the first try. I took my test, knocked it on the first try. It was April 18th, 2014. I became licensed, and I moved back to Toledo the next week. It took me 1 week. I said, you know what, I'm gonna take this license back to Toledo so that I could build up my city, build up my family, build up my community, and have an impact. I want to go somewhere where I can have the most impact, and why not impact my home? Why not impact my home? Why not? And so that's what I did. And I came back and I grinded. I grinded. And again, I've been blessed. So I moved back, and when I got here, I ended up having to change brokers because my Columbus broker didn't join the board up here. So I was up here for a couple of months with no broker. And my god sister, Lisa Fales, you might know the name, Lisa Fales. That's my god sister. Shout out to Lisa. She said, "Hey Rob, looks like you need a new broker," and so she introduced me to her broker and at Key Realty. And I would go to the training classes, and they had Dennis Degnan Dennis Degnan was teaching the classes at that point, and Dennis Degnan is like Yoda, man, when it comes to these real estate sales. He's amazing. He was amazing. I was a sponge. I was there every Tuesday, on like religiously. Like I want all the knowledge. Teach me. So that's another key. You need a broker that's going to teach you the game. You need to be taught because real estate is so broad. And Dennis really he didn't leave nothing on the table. Left no secrets off the table. Told you what it is. Gave you the verbiage. Gave you the statistics. Gave you the mindset. Gave you the attitude. All that matters in real estate, especially on the sales side. If you want to be an agent. We got a question from Corey, my guy Corey. Great question. He says, how long are the classes? Depends on what school you go to. Me personally, I'm a big fan of Hondros College. I recommend them highly. Their program is efficient, it's effective, and they teach you how to pass the test, which is the most important thing. You go on a real estate school, you're not going to real estate school to learn how to sell houses. You don't go there to learn how to sell houses. In fact, I learned a lot in real estate school, but do I apply a lot of the stuff I learned in real estate school? Not so much because it doesn't come up. But they did teach me how to pass the test. And that's the thing. Once you pass your test, that's great. Now you got to learn how to sell houses. You got to learn how to make money, right? So I knocked my classes out in a month. That's why I recommend Hondros College. I went for 3 weeks. I went from Monday through Thursday from 9 to 5 for 3 weeks. Knocked out my classes in a month. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let me get it. Now, and it was different. It was different back then because back then they didn't have online classes. They have online classes now, and the whole program is a little bit different. So if they had in-class sessions, I'm sure you could still knock it out within 3 weeks, 4 weeks. But, it's a little bit different. And what did my classes, great question. What was the cost of the course when you went? When I went, the classes were hitting for about $1,400 at that point. So, and back then, that was in 2014, that was expensive to me. And I had to hustle that money up, and I hustled that money up, grinding. And I actually had some people look out for me as well. So, I'm blessed in a lot of different ways. Now, the classes they're running about 1,600 plus, 16, 17, 1,800. I'm not 100% sure. About 1,800 though. Every program is different. You got Owens, you got Davis, you got Hondros. So, you got to find what works best for you and your budget. But whatever the case, boom. So now what? I passed my test. I had to pay my dues. I had to join the board of realtors. So, and that's a whole nother piece right there. A lot of people don't consider. Yeah, pay for your classes. Yeah, pay for your tests. Boom, now what? You got to pay those dues. You got to pay. You got to pay the cost to be the boss. You want to play in this game? You got to pay your dues, literally. So, yeah, I paid my realtor dues. You got to pay your member. You got to pay your application fee. You got to pay your dues on top of the application fee. You have to pay your MLS fee. So, that's a whole another $1,200, $1,300 on top of the classes. And so, I paid those and I got in the game and I soaked up as much information as I could, as much knowledge as I could. Every opportunity that I got to learn, I took it. And not even just dealing with the realtors, but also coming from Columbus with my original broker, Mary Lane. She's a realtist again. So, there's a difference between a realtor and a realtist, which I'll go in on another day. But in brief, realtists are real estate professionals that are passionate about building black wealth through homeownership specifically and through the real estate industry. And so I started going to the realtist events in 2015. My first realtist event was in Akron at the Ohio Realtist Association state conference. And I picked up some game, picked up some stuff, met some mentors, met some legends in the game, met people that I still look up to this day. I'm looking up, man, like, wow, these people actually did the things that I dreamed about. And so surrounding myself with a network like that allowed me to stretch my vision, and it allowed me to see things from a different perspective from most realtors here in Northwest Ohio, because most realtors in Northwest Ohio have never even experienced anything like that. So I attribute a lot of my success to NAREB, the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, and the experiences that it's given me, the education that I've received, by being going to these events, and then also just the inspiration and the mentorship that I've picked up, and relationships that I've built with professionals across the country, high performing professionals from across the country. Network is everything. They say your network is your net worth. So, that's a big thing too. If you want to get in this game, you gotta pay the cost to be the boss. You gotta pay your dues. You gotta go meet somebody. You gotta get out here. And like Rashawn just said, time is money. Time is money. So, that's how I got in the game, basically. That's how I got in the game. But, it didn't stop there. For me, it didn't stop. So, 2015, but I always knew I was going to open my own brokerage. The goal in moving back to Toledo was to bring the Columbus brokerage up here and start an office here. And it didn't work out, and everything is as it should be. But, luckily, in college with a business administration bachelor's, I took most of the classes that I needed to get my broker's license. And so I did what I had to do, fill my broker requirement, and boom, became a broker, started Pasker Real Estate in 2017. And it's been good. It's been a struggle, I ain't gonna lie. It ain't easy. It has not been easy. I'm not gonna let y'all think it's been easy. I might make it look easy, but it hasn't been easy. So, but it's been worth it, right? So, I got Pasker Real Estate to the point now where like I was back in 2013, where I've been doing all this with the T. I want to automate the supply chain so I can focus on marketing and creating more opportunities for the organization. I finally reached that point with Pasker Real Estate, and I'm blessed, and I'll tell you more about my business and how we get down a little. So, as a broker, you got different designations, I should say. You have real estate brokers. The real estate industry is huge. So you have the real estate broker. The state gives certain individuals the authority to transact real estate on behalf of other people. These people are called real estate brokers. You can't be an agent without having a real estate broker. So, you can't be an independent agent. You have to have a broker that you work underneath. So I started a real estate brokerage. You can be an agent. A real estate agent is someone that they work on behalf of the broker and working on behalf of others who need to transact real estate. And then the real estate, that's just on the sales side, right? So the real estate industry also has lenders. We need mortgage officers, people who give the money out that work for these banks, and mortgage brokers that give the people the money, help people qualify. There's title work, people that work in title and escrow who do the title searches, the lien searches to make sure that people that are purchasing properties are getting properties that have clean titles, and they also help clear up any cloudy titles that may exist. So you got the people in title. You have appraisal. Appraisers work on behalf of whoever needs to get a property value, whether that's a bank, whether that's an individual. So you have the appraisers. We need appraisers. You have home inspectors, people that go into a property, just inspector. It could be commercial, could be industrial, could be residential, whatever. But we need inspectors. And these inspectors go in and they go through every nook and cranny of the property to make sure that whoever that's purchasing this property knows where to budget their money. So it's inspectors, attorneys are involved in real estate. It's a very broad industry. So when you think real estate, think bigger than just getting a real estate license. Although if you ask me, getting a real estate license is the door, that's the key, because you get access to properties. You're able to pick up your network. I've learned a lot of stuff about real estate by the investors and the clientele that I've had over the years. So, that's a big piece. That's a big piece there. Shout out to my IG family. What up? What's good with it? Got my brother TJ in the building. We got Candace Copes out in Houston, H-Town in the building. What's up? But anyways, yeah, so I built up my squad. I got my team here. Shout out to my team, man. So yeah, as you can see, I'm the real estate broker. I'm responsible. If anything happens within my organization, I am liable for it. So I have to vet the people that I allow into my organization. It's very key. Let me see here. Yeah, it's key. So yeah, as the broker, my job as a real estate broker is to make, first and foremost, compliance. I need to make sure that everybody is doing what they're supposed to do. I need to make sure that my agents and my team are educated on the processes for compliance purposes, but also for service purposes. I'm a very a high service individual. Sometimes I have fallen short, with my service, and it's more so from the fact of being overwhelmed, just versus being given bad service. But there's a transition. Anytime you build a business and you scale your business, there's going to be a period where you have to find that balance. And so this has been a year of growth for me, and what can I say? But also, like I said, training my agents, making sure that they know how to perform high, have the skills that they need, have the dialogues that they need. I need to give them everything that they need to have the confidence to go out here and help people reach their real estate goals. A big piece of what I do is marketing. I do a lot of the marketing, and creating opportunities, building relationships, and seeking opportunities, to bring into the organization so that everybody eats, right? I have a transaction coordinator. This is actually my mother, Brenda Duhart here. And what does she do as a transaction coordinator? She's like the glue. So the goal for me and for my agents is for them, once they get a property under contract, boom. Okay, they don't have to worry about being bogged down by coordinating with the lender and the title company and the other agent involved. So as a transaction coordinator, she coordinates the transactions. My mother has a very deep experience in coordinating. She does event coordinating. She does a lot of decor, so she brings that experience to the real estate industry to give our clients top-notch service once they go under contract and get them to the closing table. She's very detail-oriented, very meticulous, and she's very passionate about success. My mom is low-key. She's a perfectionist, and she brings that to the company. So I'm blessed to have her. This is my administrative assistant, Aaliyah Pareto. She works in the background. She's grinding every day. She's grinding, helping me find people that we can help as an organization. She's on the phone. Some of you may have talked to her. She may have reached out. You may have got a text message, maybe an email from her. But Aaliyah, she is putting in work in the background, man, and she's putting in valuable work. So I am very grateful to have her. And I love her mindset, what she brings to the table, her persistence, her resiliency. She's amazing, and I'm blessed, and I'm just excited to keep going up and see what we do together. So that's Aaliyah. We got Patricia Ziegler. Shout out to PZ. Patricia, she just already successful before the real estate industry, So her and her husband, they have real estate, income producing real estate, from residential to commercial real estate. And she brings her experience to the real estate industry and helping people get to the closing table, whether they're selling, whether they're purchasing, and working with investors. She's able to give investors another level of service from her experience in investing in real estate. And if you know Patricia, she's quiet, but watch out, she a killer. Watch out, you gotta watch her. But I'm blessed to have her, definitely blessed to have her, and I'm excited about her progress and how far she's come. I'm her first broker, and I'm blessed to have the opportunity to be her broker, and I'm just excited, y'all. Just stay tuned, y'all. And we got Dominique Allen. Dominique is one of my sisters in the industry. She joined Pasker Real Estate this summer, and she's been in the game for about 5 years now, and she's had a lot of success. And she brought her license over and she hung it with me, and together we're out here crushing goals, getting people listed, getting people homes sold, and just elevating ourselves, elevating our lives and taking it to a whole nother level. So I've been trying to get her to come over to Pasker Real Estate since day one, and she's finally made that decision to make that move, and I'm so happy and I'm so blessed to have Dominique on the team. So stay tuned for her. In fact, Dominique, man, let me give it up to Dominique one time for the one. Hold on. Let me show y'all. Dominique actually closed today. I'm proud of her. Proud of Dominique. Shout out to Dominique. She put a house on the market, and it was a house that was just sitting there. The guy tried to sell it by himself. Had a hard time selling it by himself. And what did she do? She hit him up, said, "Hey man, let me sell this house for you." And he said, "All right, you can try." And what did she do? She sold the house, closed on the house today. So shout out to Dominique. Shout out to her, man. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's how we get down. That's how we get down over here. We execute. Okay, and then I got Karma Stokes. Karma Stokes, She's been in the game for about a year now, and Karma comes from a background of all different types of businesses, but all her businesses have been in service and serving people, and she brings that attitude and those service skills to the real estate industry. So she's licensed in Georgia, she's licensed in Ohio, and she has a very large network. So, shout out to Karma. I'm here to support Karma and get her to where she needs to be. Make sure she has everything she needs to be confident in the game, right? So that's my squad. That's where we're at right now as far as Pasker Real Estate is concerned. People ask me, am I taking on new agents? I've learned that in this game, I have to be very, very, very careful about who I let behind my doors, because if one person messes up, then that's on me. And so I'm not going to say I'm not taking agents, because I am the right one. I'm taking the right one or two to bring on and give them the game, because I have a very unique opportunity here at Pasker Real Estate that doesn't exist anywhere else in the region. And, with great responsibility comes great power, or with great power comes great responsibility, I should say. That's how that goes. So, I'll say this. If any of you are watching that are interested in becoming a real estate agent, holler at me. Hit the link in the bio and get me on the phone. Let's talk about it real quick. We can get some coffee, chop it up one time for the one time. And, I'll tell you what you need to know to get into the game and make it happen. But I will tell you this, it's going up. 2021 is going to be a big year. I'm telling you, we ended it with a bang already. 2021 is going to be hot. It's going down. It's going down. So, what's up with y'all? That's your second movie quote. I got all types of movies. All types of... Shout out to Rashonda, Collective Impact 419. She helps nonprofits run more efficiently, minority nonprofits, but all nonprofits. She helps them run more efficiently, more effectively, and she has an app that's going to be dropping soon that I'm looking forward to help her, provide some content to help the nonprofits blow up and do what they do. But yeah, you see it, so if you are interested, like I said, if you know anybody. Now, let's talk about the downside. Real estate it's like I said, with great power comes great responsibility. Yeah, the checks are great. It's great when you get checks with a comma in them. It's great to be able to make your own schedule. That's amazing. That freedom is everything. But I will tell you, my job doesn't stop. Now, do I turn my hours off? Sometimes. I have it in my schedule. I have a schedule that I have for myself that tells me when I'm supposed to be doing. And even if it's just relaxation, I have to schedule my relaxation. And I do. But at the same time, I work my butt off. I'm always at it. Even when I'm relaxing, I'm still working. It's always something to be done in this game. Another thing is, in this game, you eat what you kill. If you don't go hunt, you're not going to eat. And guess what? If you don't eat, it don't matter if you eat or not, because those dues are still going to be due. You're still going to have to pay those dues. Still got to pay that MLS fee. Still got to pay your realtor dues. So whether you go eat or not, it's it don't matter. So you better be making it worth your time. And that's another thing. So to make that investment, you have to come in. You got to come in hungry. This is not a game for the faint of heart. This is not something you want to do part time. To invest all of this money and to have this much liability in business, I can think of a few other ways, to make money on the side versus getting your real estate license. And then think about this, would you want to go to a doctor that works part time? Would you want to go to a lawyer that works part time? So think about it. This is, for most people, when they're purchasing property, this is some of the largest purchases of their life. Some of the largest purchases of their life. So these people, they want to go to someone that they can trust, someone that's vetted, someone that they know has the experience, the skills, and the social skills to get them to where they want to be in the fastest amount of time, most efficiently with the least amount of hassle. So it's not something you want to do full time. Now, did I do it full time? No, I did it full time, but I also had a full time job. Yeah, I was hustling. I was grinding, man. I was grinding. So before I didn't go full time, honestly, or I didn't quit my day job until 2017. So I had been licensed for 3 years at that point, and I worked school, from 8 to 5 or whatever. Because when I subbed, I would sub between like 7 and 3. And as a sub, it was pretty nice, and it wasn't bad because as a sub, I was able to do what I needed to do. The teacher kids had their lesson plan. I knew what they needed to do. I let them know what they needed to do, and I told them my expectations for their behavior. And boom, it was pretty much on autopilot. And I was able to make sure they was good. And then in the meantime, in between time, if I had to check an email or shoot a text, boom. And then I also had the summers off. So I mean, that's how I hustled it. That's how I did it until I was able to jump off, and pray to God that my wings were developed at that point. And were my wings developed? I don't know. I'm still here though. I'm still flying, so they couldn't have been that bad. But so for some people, it's not something that somebody can just jump in and just do full time. But I'm telling you, part time ain't gonna cut it. It ain't gonna cut it. If you want to have another job and you want to get into real estate and have a license be a realtor, you're gonna have to work 2 full-time jobs. And even saying that, as a realtor, I'm working 60 plus hours a week. But guess what? It's not work. For me, it's a passion. It's not work, it's a lifestyle. This is my lifestyle. And I've learned how to structure my life at this point to give me peace, so that I'm not stressed out by my job, so that I'm not stressed out by people. I've gotten better about setting boundaries so people respect my time. Because that's all key, but that's all stuff that it takes time to learn. So it can be stressful. It can be very stressful. It'll be very stressful if you're not making money. So if you don't want to get your license, hey, look up wholesaling. There's people out here doing wholesaling. I mean, I feel like there's better ways to make money in real estate than wholesaling, but not so much, because who says I wouldn't wholesale a house right now? If the opportunity presented itself, I would definitely wholesale a house right now. But I don't think it would be something that I would work to do full time. It's one of those things. As a broker, I can do anything. You got a house, no matter what. You want to rent it out, I can rent it out for you. You wanna build it up, you wanna renovate it, I got a team for that. Okay, what, you wanna sell it? All right, I might buy it myself. Or nah, the numbers don't work out for me. I might have an investor that wants to purchase it. Or if I don't have an investor, let's just put it on the open market and let me market the property. Let me get the virtual tour popping. Let me do some professional photos. Let me get the drone shots, the aerial photography. Let me put this house in the best light to get you the most money that you can get. And without a license, all those opportunities don't exist. And on top of that, being a broker, I love being a broker, but I'm also a HUD certified housing counselor. So I took it a step further to get certified to give people the education and the counseling that they need to become homeowners. And that's key. I'm gonna pull this up one time for the one time. So I am a HUD certified housing counselor with NID, which is NARAB's investment division. It's HUD certified, and we help people become homeowners. We help people prepare to get the property, and then maintain the property once they get it. And so we offer a monthly home buyer education program. The next one is this Saturday coming up from 10 to 2. The link is in the link. It's in the bio. Hit the bio. Come on. Sign up through Eventbrite. We'll ship out the Zoom codes here towards the end of the week. And then the people that go through that class, they sit down with me for one-on-one credit counseling, budget counseling, debt counseling. And I give them the game and go through the profile and tell them exactly what they need to do to become mortgage ready. And, that involves, it gets deep. We look at the credit. We go through the credit line by line, and I give you what you need to know. If you need the letter to get some stuff knocked off, I got a letter. You need some trade lines. You need to build up your credit history. You need to build up your, you need to decrease your credit utilization ratio. I got some trade lines for you that work for people with bad credit. I got trade lines where you can go get $40,000, $50,000 worth of credit, with bad credit, right? So it's different ways to go about it, but ultimately the goal is to help people become homeowners, because through homeownership, families are able to establish a level of wealth and live their dreams and take it to another level. Shout out to Aaliyah. What up, Aaliyah? We got Aaliyah over here on IG. Shout out to Aaliyah. Yeah, shout out to my guy Jeff too. We got Jeff down in Miami, man, killing the game down in Miami. Real estate broker down there. Got his team, and man, Jeff, we got a link, man. I gotta pick your brain, brother. I got some things for you too. So, yeah. But this game is great, man. But yeah, so NID, HUD Housing Counseling Agency. Oh yeah, and the best part, once you get done with that program, you get your certificate. So if you qualify for down payment assistance, if you qualify for down payment grants, zero down loans, whatever have you, going through my program enables you to receive that. So it's full service over here. You know, we got it going on, and I've been building for a while, y'all. You know, it's just now coming to a head. Just now coming to a head, and it's only gonna get better. So if you know someone that needs to sell their home, let me know. If you know someone that wants to become a homeowner, let me know. If you wanna come and get into the real estate industry, let me know. You know, as a broker, I'm the man with the plan. I got what you need. You know, just like the song says. So this has been a late day Q&A. Don't look like nobody else have any questions, but it's all good. It's all good. I'll be back. In fact, yo, I got a house dropping tomorrow. Man, I got a house. It's actually hitting the market on Thursday, but tomorrow I'm gonna drop it for you. I'm gonna come through and do the virtual tour for you tomorrow. Yeah, we talking 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths out by Anthony Wayne Trail. It's gonna go fast. It's gonna go fast. I hear. I got some realtors saying they're sending me offers before it even hits the market. So, but that's how we get it down. That's how we get down here, man. We get these properties sold, man. Oh, I love it. That's my favorite thing, is putting a house on the market, getting offers, and getting my clients to the next step, you know, just like that. So, hey, I appreciate y'all. I'm going to go ahead and keep it moving. I'm going to keep it moving, but I'll be back. I'm going to come back tomorrow. I got that virtual tour for y'all. It's going down. It's going down. Until next time, if anybody has any questions you want me to speak on it. Holler at me. Shoot, jump in my inbox. And I will address it. Yes, I'll address it. So until next time, y'all have a great night. And I am grateful for all of y'all. Peace.